Hey church, man, I have really missed y'all. My name is Jade and I'm a member here at Heights Church. Today I'm going to be sharing about having peace within ourselves. And when I found out that I was doing this topic on a devotional, I laughed so hard because it's just such a God thing. This is exactly what I am going through and learning about right now in this season of having a lot of quality time with myself. Anybody else? So I started out by just asking the Lord, where do I lose the battle for my peace? And He's so good to show me these things about myself, but I realized that I lose the battle for my peace in my thoughts. I start to gain anxiety and doubt, fear, and insecurity when I complicate my thoughts and try to gain control over who I am and what I'm striving for, my future happiness, and just how I measure up to whatever culture standards or pressures, whatever it is. I lose the battle for my peace in my mind. Wherever I stop thinking about whatever is true and noble and lovely and pure, all those things that Paul talks about in Philippians is exactly where I lose my whole peace. But I know that wherever I lose the battle in my mind can also be had a victory in that same place. And so I just want to share that during this time of a lot of quality time with myself, I've really found a lot of joy in the book of Ecclesiastes. I think it's my new favorite book of the Bible. And there's so much to share about Ecclesiastes. There's so many great things in it, but just today I'm going to share about how I believe it relates to having peace within ourselves. So the writer in chapter 3, verses 11 through 13 in the New Living Translation says that, "Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart, but even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. So I conclude there is nothing better than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we can. And people should eat and drink and enjoy the fruits of their labor, for these are gifts from God." And I love these verses. There's so many great things here, but I'm just going to point out three that I think are really important for me at least. Number one, the Lord makes all things beautiful in His perfect timing. And I'm even telling this to myself, in His perfect timing. If you haven't seen deliverance or a renewed mindset in some area of your life, just know that God's already made it beautiful. We're just waiting to see it come to fruition. But we can trust and know that it's already handled. It's already been taken care of. God's already made it beautiful. We can have a lot of peace knowing that. And number two, we long to be with Him again. So let's just address it right now that there is nothing in this world that's going to satisfy this underlying unrest in our souls. We long to be with Him again. But it's a good thing because it points back to the promise that we're going to be with our Father again. I know someday I'm going to be I'm going to be sprinting into the arms of my Heavenly Father, and it's going to be a great day. But for now, I have that to look forward to, and I can just know that there's a longing in me. There's an unrest in me, but it's a good one. It's one that points back to the promise. And lastly, I know that today is a gift. We can all know that today there are simple joys to be noticed. So let's just shape our thoughts to coincide with that thankfulness that we should all have, because like the author says in Ecclesiastes, life is but a vapor. It comes and it goes. But today, in this moment, this is a gift. This is a gift from the Lord. And the real treasure is being able to just enjoy today and know that this has been a blessing from the Lord. And I don't think that peace can be simply figured out in a quick tip or something, but I do know for me it starts out by having an eternal perspective, one that agrees with Christ's mindset, right? One that focuses on whatever God focuses on, that is pure and noble and good and righteous and holy. when we change this mindset, when we have this perspective, we're going to put it into practice. And like Paul says, the God of peace is going to be with us. So let's know that we can be thankful for today. We know that we have a longing to be with him again, and that it points back to the promise that we are going to be in his presence again. And lastly, that the Lord makes all things beautiful in his perfect timing. This is how we can have peace within ourselves, within our souls. We can. And I pray for all of us that we're just growing stronger in this area each and every day, even through difficult circumstances. I know that we can. So thank you for spending this time with me. I'm so grateful to be here, and I miss y'all so much.